to me, I would like to see. It was a animated HBO Max stuff. So, what adaptation would you like to see come to the big screen?
And we can also say that the Flashpoint sort of fell on its face. And I'm not sure why it did. I thought the story was good. Um, it didn't have the world-ending aspect. I felt like the animated series did.
Gray Days, isn't that Chester's band? Gray Days.
Uh,
So that was part of the Dark Knight soundtrack.
And so, Badger, you were saying, but with live, you want a live action.
yeah, because all three of our scenarios were DC animated, HBO Max. So, what do we want to see?
So storylines adapted. Is that a word?
It is a word now.
Adapt.
It's a word.
It's a word.
Adaptated.
Southern drawl coming out. What storylines do we want adapted to the new DCU with James Gunn? Because I know he's already announced some of them. And after what happened with Flashpoint, Flashpoint's the most famous Flash storyline, really, and it sort of fell flat. So you gotta temper expectations with what's come before.
And under the Red Hood story,
And I think what would be great about that is if you don't reveal who the Red Hood is until the movie.
Like who the actor is.
Correct.
Red
Yes.
Hood.
Oh yeah. I mean, we all know who the Red Hood is.
Yeah.
I mean, even Arkham Knight tried doing that, but
Yeah.
spoilers. The game's been out for 7 years.
That could be good because I not know nothing against the actor that played Red Hood on Titans. I think he did a good job portraying Red Hood, but I was not a fan of his storyline. He just went straight villain. He was kind of Scarecrow's bitch, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's not my Red Hood. Like,
Yeah. And
Again-
Titans did a lot of things different.
again, the actor was, I think his portrayal was
Yeah.
great.
But Titans, everything was good about the show. It's just it took things in a different tone. You could tell
Yeah.
from the first trailer that Batman.
Yeah.
moment.
So I'd like to see maybe an original story of Red Hood coming out. Of course, Batman would be in it
Yeah. But on the big screen.
on the big screen.
Yeah. Uh,
Would it be a Batman movie or would it be a Red Hood movie?
actually, I would really like it more to be a Red Hood movie featuring Batman, kind of like what Suicide Squad tried to do, like the original Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad. Like it's a Gotham. Instead of making it a superhero anti-hero movie per se, make it a Gotham City type where it features Red Hood, but Batman's there. Obviously,
what about from the point of view of like Tim Drake, if as he's still a citizen of Gotham? I'm not sure when that comes along. Well, I guess maybe a Damian Wayne sort of then, because Tim Drake was already the Robin for Batman when Red Hood comes along. So it's like Damian sort of taking in the city of Gotham from like a lower level of like, because all Batman movies, you're following Batman, you're not following the people of Gotham. So then you can sort of see this someone close to Batman as a citizen is seeing everything unfold, just as a different sort of Rashomon to the storyline.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Yeah. What about you? Any good storylines that you want to see that's feasible that you think would be on the big screen?
Okay, I think I got one, but I want to see if I can think of another one. Um, so actually, I've got two.
Well, and I also want to say, if you're going to go anything Green Lantern, you could equate that. Hey, Guardians of the Galaxy did it 3 times.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. I'd love to see that live action. I'd love to see Ryan Reynolds do the same thing he did with Deadpool, come back, play the character, but like
Better?
actually better CGI, better writing, better whatever. I mean, Ryan was doing what he was told by the director.
Yeah.
But somebody that we haven't seen that we got a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of introduction to in Justice League and Zack Snyder's cut, Cyborg. I'd like to see more of a Cyborg movie. Like,
which we were promised, and Zack Snyder wasn't the one that. Yeah, still got scrapped, but yeah, I would like that too.
and I know Ray Fisher had some issues. Hopefully, he'd be willing to come back if it was under the right guidance and vision and direction.
Yeah.
I think he portrayed the character. What little that we saw, he portrayed the character pretty cool.
And one thing that I think that could happen with that storyline is he does break away from the Justice League, and he sort of does his own thing in the movie, but at the end he joins the Titans.
Yeah.
I think that could be so that way he's happy in his own little storyline with the Titans because he's away from Justice League and all that stuff.
Yeah, but I'd like to see him again. His really only villain is Grid, who's like an evil version of him. I hope they steer clear of that because I'm so tired of the trope where the superhero fights the evil version of themselves. Most recently, Blue Beetle deal with Carapace.
Carapax,
whatever. Carapace, Care Bear.
Care Bear.
To think back what you were saying, yeah, like make a cyborg movie like it completely fleshed out story how he's helping the Justice League, his own internal battles going, and at the end of the movie reveals that he's going to the like Justice League guys do your own thing, but I'm gonna have to skip that here. And he comes right sets forward like maybe a series of Titans or new movie where he's kind of like maybe I don't know, we feel like Nick Fury for the Titans.
I could see him being like a leader. Like I would see him being a little older than the other Titans. So he'd be like leader, mentor. He's hung out with the Justice League already.
He takes over now. Part of his Titans obviously in Blood or in this entire Flesh Talk series, he's somewhere else. Or maybe he's still Robin with Batman. Batman.
And as far as villain goes, like throw Lex Luthor in there as a villain. Like he's a Superman villain, but maybe he's interested in Cyborg because he's got the mother box technology, and Lex Luthor's trying to get his
Cyborg. If he was maybe go up against like a Brainiac too. Like pull him out throw him against Brainiac.
I'm gonna pull an X-Men too. Make the villain the U.S. government. They're trying to kidnap him to use him as intelligence to take down other countries. X-Men 2 did that. And X-Men 2 is probably the best X-Men movie. I don't know like how that could relate where they're trying to get him back. It's like, back off. I could knock you down if I wanted to.
Isn't that kind of like a Winter Soldier type deal too?
Well,
like the government's after him.
Again, but still, Winter Soldier was the best Captain America movie.
It was.
So I'm just saying.
I don't know. Civil War. I like Civil War. It introduced Spider-Man. Damn. But I have a second one.
Okay.
Actually, I have three. But I have a second one for the big screen, third one for HBO Max.
Okay.
Second one, Static Shock.
Oh God, yeah. We all grew up watching. That was a great show.
But I'd love to see Static Shock. Like, I watched the show. They kind of played around with this character on Young Justice a little bit, like as a fan service tease. I'd like to see him come in, but also like maybe throw Black Lightning in there as like his mentor type deal. I think that would be cool.
You never had Black Lightning.
But I think Static could, for the DC universe, be a Spider-Man. Like, you've got this young kid that gets these powers. He's trying to help out his city. He's in the not so great area of the city. He's trying to help out people. He's learning how to use his powers.
Black Lightning could be a great mentor.
Black Lightning could be a mentor. Maybe not even the first movie. Maybe in the first movie, Black Lightning comes in at the end and
it's like, hey man, this was crazy. Let me show you how to refine your stuff.
Yeah, like I saw you on the news doing this stuff. Like, let me show you. He's like, what do you know about this? He's like, and then he just like lights up, like you see it in his eyes, and you see like the electricity. He's like, I know. I mean that could work. That gave me chills right there. Yeah, but yeah, I could totally see him being the Spider-Man of DCU, where he's the young person, some smart ass quips, going to school, trying to juggle a girlfriend, trying to juggle a job, and also being a superhero.
Yeah, and like trying to, like, his dad's like, no, Dad, I'm just sneaking out. I'm not being a bad kid. I mean, because if he's in this rough part of the city and your kid's sneaking out, you're like, what's my kid doing?
And his dad's a cop, so.
Yeah, and it could be the whole reveal of like, I was afraid I was going to catch you doing something shady, but you're actually doing the opposite.
It really is.
But
and Miles Morales has electric powers. What's up with that?
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
Superheroes have electric powers. Storm,
Black
Lightning.
I was gonna say name three. Never mind.
Storm, Black Lightning, Miles Morales.
Black Vulcan.
He's just Vulcan.
Well, he was Black Vulcan back in Super Friends days.